Hello and welcome to Lecture 5 on Human Development. This will be your last lecture on Chapter 9. So today in this lecture we're going to look at how infants and toddlers begin to learn about how others think and feel. And that's going to be called theory of mind. So early social interactions, we've been talking about attachment. So the early social interactions between infants and caregivers are essential for understanding other people and communicating with them through language. So as we learn how to attach to other people, we also learn how to understand and communicate with others. And these others don't have to be people we're necessarily attaching to. We are learning how to interact with other humans on all different levels. Now, to interact with other people successfully, we need to be aware of others' intentions. So what is it that others intend to do in a social environment? What do others intend when we're interacting with them one-on-one? We need to behave in ways that generally conform to others' expectations. Theory of mind is a two-way process. I'm trying to figure out what your intentions are, what you're thinking, and you're trying to figure out what my intentions are and what I'm thinking. Now this helps us develop moral codes that guide our actions, that guide our how we interact with other people. So theory of mind is the ability to understand that other people have mental states that influence their behavior. This is the recognition that actions can be intentional, reflects a capacity for theory of mind, and it allows people to understand, predict, and attempt to influence others' behavior. Theory of mind is, what is my theory about your mind? I'm trying to intuit what it is that you're thinking and how you're perceiving our social interaction and the environment around us. And so, as we interact with various people throughout the day, we're always trying to figure out theory of mind, our personal theory of what their mind state is, what they're thinking about, and what they're feeling. So please go to Moodle, and in the folder titled Chapter 9 Development Lecture Videos, watch the videos titled Theory of Mind Test and False Belief Test, Theory of Mind. Welcome back. I find it so interesting to watch little people try to figure out theory of mind. So Piaget has a theory, and we're not going to look at Piaget's theory this term, but he has this concept that children are egocentric, and that about the preschool, kindergarten years, they simply cannot understand what others are feeling and thinking. And that can lead to a lot of conflict and some tantrums and meltdowns. And theory of mind is a very difficult thing to develop. It's something that we just practice, though. As little people, we just have to work it out. So in one of the videos that you watched, it looked at the theory of mind test. And so just take a look at this in your textbook. So while preschool-age children tend to behave in egocentric ways, and they view the world through their own perspectives, we now have mounting evidence that suggests they have the cognitive abilities to understand others' perspectives. So one of the reasons I am so fascinated about personality and temperament is that my sister and I are very close in age. And When kids are egocentric, they truly cannot understand that someone feels differently in the same situation. And I just have vague memories of us having conflicts, and what would really upset me, my sister was just fine with. And that led to situations where we just really could not develop a very good theory of mind about each other in our young years. This is a skill that we learn throughout the lifespan. Theory of mind is something we work on throughout our entire lifespan, but for kids, they're just now starting this. They're just starting to figure this out. Now, research is also showing that theory of mind appears to coincide with the maturation of the brain's frontal lobes. Now, we're going to talk about Chapter 3 next, and in Chapter 3, we'll look at the different lobes of the brain. The frontal lobe, especially the prefrontal cortex, which is at the very front, flush against the forehead of your skull. That is the part of the brain that makes us human. It gives us more complex problem-solving abilities, gives us language, it makes us more socially fluid, and it does make sense that as a child's frontal lobe develops, so does their theory of mind. Now, here's a question. Do they develop theory of mind, and does that improve as the brain evolves or matures? Or is one of the things the brain needs to mature is to be stimulated to develop theory of mind? It's probably both. I just find that a really interesting question. So, we're going to end there, I think. Yep, that's our end of this lecture. Thank you very much.